last thing that we discussed was relative motion. Okay, so this is the velocity or change in position with respect to time as perceived by two objects which are themselves having some velocity. So you can see questions on the screen, right? You may start doing it. Question number 6, which is there on the screen, says there's two trains A and B, each of length 100 meter, are running on parallel tracks. So one overtakes the other in 20 seconds and one crosses the other in 10 seconds. Calculate the velocities of each train. Now, in this type of question, what's the difference between crossing and overtaking? See, whether the train is overtaking or whether the train is crossing, if they're crossing each other, it means both of them are coming from opposite direction. If one is overtaking the other, it means that they were traveling in the same direction. So the distance traveled by the train is in both the cases remain the same. That distance will be equal to if we add up the lengths of the two trains. Okay, unless it is given in the question that there is some gap between the trains, we will consider that they were end to end, and when one crossed the other or when the other overtook the first one, they were end to end. So distance covered remains the same. So in this case, calculate the velocities. They have not given the distance. Each of length 100 meter. So the distance in this case becomes 200 meter, 100 for each train. Now, when one is overtaking the other, what will be the relative velocity? Arushi, when one train overtakes the other, what is the relative velocity? Will it be u plus v? If we take velocity of train A as u and velocity of train B as v, when train A overtakes train B, what will be the relative velocity? It should be u plus v or u minus v. Please note down the question somewhere because I'm going to switch over to whiteboard. Arushi, I'm still waiting for your answer.
U minus V.
It will be u minus v, same direction. So if u is also here, v is also here, how can we take relative velocity to be u minus v? Tell me.
During overtaking, relative velocity of A with respect to B.
See, we will take velocity of train A as u and train B as v. Fine. So then, so we take VAB. Velocity of train A with respect to train B will be VA minus VB. Fine. So it would be U minus V. This is while overtaking.
But ma'am, shouldn't it be plus because the direction of V is already opposite? Like both of the trains are going opposite. They're crossing each
No,
other.
I'm talking about the overtaking case. See, a train can overtake another train only when they are traveling in the same direction. When they're coming from the opposite direction, then we say that they have crossed each other. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So
I was talking about crossing.
Yeah, I could understand. So in the overtaking case, we will take the relative velocity as u minus v. The distance obviously remains the same. The distance traveled becomes 200 meters. Okay. And in the second case, when A is going towards B, okay, so velocity of A is u, velocity of B we can take as v. Now, because they're coming from opposite direction, one of these velocities will have to take as negative. Okay, so let's take VB as minus V for the simple reason that we are sticking to our Cartesian coordinates, where distance is towards the right positive, towards the left negative, upward positive, downward negative. Okay, now in this case, what will be the relative velocity? The relative velocity still will be VA minus VB. But because VB is negative here, it becomes U plus V. So when two trains are crossing each other, or they are coming from the opposite direction, in that case, their relative velocities become U plus V. Okay, so this will help you solve the question. So now let us look at the question again. I'll just read out the question again. It says that two trains A and B, each of length 100 meter, are running on parallel tracks. One overtakes the other in 20 seconds and one crosses the other in 10 seconds. So for crossing, they have given the time as 10 seconds. And for overtaking, they have given the time as 20 seconds. Now I need your inputs. Now it's pretty simple. You have the velocity, you have the time, you have the distances. What do? How will you calculate U plus V and U minus V? You will get two equations and two unknowns, right? Distance will be equal to velocity into time. So distance traveled will be equal to velocity into time in each case, and velocity in one case will be U plus V. So we get two equations. We get U plus V, that is the velocity, is equal to distance upon time. So 200 meter upon time. What was the time when they were crossing each other? 10 seconds. U minus V, again distance upon time. So we get 20 seconds. So we have two equations, two unknowns. We can easily solve this question now. Is that understood by all, or shall I repeat it?
No, ma'am.
Fine. So this will give me the answer as 15 meter per second and 5 meter per second. In this case, it is 20. Okay. So we have two equations, two unknowns. Now let's look at the next question. The next question says, a man swims in a river with and against water at the rate of 15 km per hour and 5 km per hour. It is similar to upstream and downstream questions you might have done in class 10. Have you done those kind of questions in mathematics?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Speed of the boat when it is going upstream, speed of the boat when it is going downstream.
Yes,
obviously, when you are moving against
Yes,
the flow of the river, your speed is relative velocity is going to be less, because in that case the motion of the river is going to oppose your individual's velocity. If you are going downstream, it means you are going with the flow of the water. So whatever is your velocity, the velocity of river water will help you to go in the same direction. So downstream, obviously the relative velocity is going to be higher. Upstream, the velocity of river of the boat or whatever is going to be lesser. So it says a man swims in a river with and against water at the rate of 15 km per hour and 5 km per hour. Find the man's speed in still water and speed of the river. So take man's speed as say dm. Take the speed of the river as ds, vr, and try and solve the question and give me the answer. The answer is already given, so give me the equation. So,
U
Anushka.
plus V.
So what you are taking as u, if you are taking u and v, what are you taking as u? Man speed as u or river speed as u?
Speed of man is u and speed of river is v.
Okay, so man as u. Speed of river as v. Speed of man, we can also say speed of his boat, basically. Speed of river as v. So what is the first equation you were telling me?
U plus v is equals to 15.
U plus v equals to 15. And second,
U minus v is equals to 5.
yes. So again, we have two equations, two unknowns. We can solve the question. Okay, we will get u and we will get v. So these are pretty basic questions which you should be able to, you can solve either by logic or you solve by relative velocity. Question number 3. The question number 3 says, a motorboat covers the distance. I'll just flash question number. A motorboat covers the distance between two spots on the river in 8 hours downstream and 12 hours upstream. Again, you can see downstream his time taken is less. Find the time required by the boat to cover this distance in still water. So basically, again, to find out this time, you will require to find what? Aishwarya. Just Aishwarya. Aditi Upadhyay.
Yes, ma'am.
And
Ma'am, we need the velocities here.
yes, we will need to find out the, so we will take velocity of boat
We
to the
motorboat
u, and we can take the velocity of water as v.
V.
Fine. So to solve this question, we take velocity of boat as u, velocity of water as v. Now, what is given in the question? The question says that it is the same 2 points. So he is going between A to B. So suppose he is going downstream. Downstream, what will be his, let the distance covered be x in each case. So downstream, it is said that time taken is 8 hours. Downstream time is 8 hours. So time is distance divided by speed. So distance obviously is x. His speed is going to be u plus v or u minus v.
U plus v.
U plus v. And upstream time they have given as 12 hours. The distance remains the same. Now the velocity is obviously u minus v. So now x is going to be common in both. So again you have two equations and two unknowns, and you can solve the question. X will simply cancel out in each case. Okay. So these type of simple questions. For this, I have not taken the answer with me. So you are going to solve it and you are going to tell me the answer. Two trains, 120 meter and 80 meter in length, are running in opposite directions. So they are coming towards each other. So if one is coming like this, the other is coming like this. They are running with a velocity of 42 km per hour and 30 km per hour. In what time they will completely cross each other? Now this is really simple. I just told you what is the relative velocity when they are crossing each other. So very quickly tell me the answer. So what is the total distance they have to travel?
200.
200 meter. It is whether they are coming towards each other or away from each other. The distance covered is always equal to the length of both the trains. Now, to make this question difficult, what sometimes is done is, we won't do it, but competitive exams and all, they might give you a distance between them, that the trains were at a distance of this much. Okay? So it means they have to, along with their lengths, they have to cover that much distance between them. Okay, so accordingly we change the equation. So total distance in this case is very simple, 200 meter. Now they are coming towards each other. So what will be the relative velocity?
U plus
The relative velocities will add up because they are coming towards each other, right?
Yes.
So the relative velocities are given as, okay, 42 and so their individual velocity are 42 and 30. So obviously the relative velocity will add up. So it would be 72 kilometer per hour. Now the question is simple, but again you will make a mistake. I know you will forget to
Centimeter
change kilometer per hour to meter per second. So we multiply this by 5 upon 18. So this becomes 20 meter per second. So you have the distance, you have the velocity. Now you can find out the time in which they will cross each other. So time would be distance.
upon relative.
In 10 seconds, they will cross each other. Got the answer or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so then when we talk about relative velocity, please do one thing, that there is always one question. See, July end are going to be your assessments. So you can note down somewhere, there will be one question for sure upon relative velocity, if relative velocity is there in the course. Okay, there will be one question on dimensional analysis. Dimensions पे एक क्वेश्चन होगा ही होगा, पैरेलैक्स मेथड पे एक क्वेश्चन होता ही होता है. Then checking the consistency of the equation, again dimensions पे है. डायमेंशन से हमने 2-3 तरह के क्वेश्चंस करे थे. एक में जब हम आपको रिलेशन दे देते हैं दैट दिस क्वांटिटी इज गोइंग टू बी डिपेंडेंट अपॉन से मास एंड फोर्स इज गोइंग टू बी डिपेंडेंट अपॉन मास एंड एक्सेलरेशन. So using dimensional analysis arrive at the formula of force. ठीक है, so these kind of questions will surely come. So if you prepare smartly, I think this should be your easiest assessment. Because we know what, then there is generally one question on propagation of errors. The error always gets added up. Relative error, in आपको relative error दे देंगे, you will be asked to calculate the total error in the measurement. Fine. So these kind of questions, please be prepared with those. Okay. Don't be very lost during the assessment कि मैम हमें पता नहीं था ऐसे questions आते हैं. Okay, so coming back to our questions. So we have done these 4 questions. If any of you face any problem with these 4 types of questions, please revise the topic again on relative velocity. And with this, we are basically over with our motion in one dimension. I'll give a quick recap. Whatever we did in this chapter, we have done various graphs, distance time, velocity time, and in some cases, acceleration time. You should be able to analyze the graph. We have done how to find velocity if displacement is given. So velocity is derivative of displacement. So आपको अगर x दे रखा है और आपको velocity निकालने को बोल रहे हैं, then you will differentiate to get velocity. Acceleration is differential of velocity. Fine. Then if you are given अगर हम आपको निकालना है एक्सेलरेशन फ्रॉम डिस्टेंस गिवन, then you will differentiate it twice. Okay, d2x by dt 2. This is nothing but differential of dx by dt. Okay, so differentiation हमने करी इस chapter में. Then reverse of it. If you have to find out the distance traveled and you are given the velocity, how to find out the distance traveled? You integrate it with respect to time v dt. Okay, similarly if you are given velocity, if you are given acceleration, how to get velocity from there? Integrate. Okay, similarly if you are, that's it, most of your questions will, so there will be one question on differentiation, one question on integration also. Very basic, very simple integration. Fine. So very quickly, just do a recap. So if I give you the distance covered as at square plus bt, tell me what will be the velocity and acceleration. At square means it could be 90t square plus 3t. So find out velocity, find out acceleration. Aditya Bajaj, very quickly tell me the answer. Because I feel as if all of you have gone to sleep after switching on the this.